The electioneering period was brought down yesterday after the inauguration ceremony, and the following are the flow of events. This is the Graham Esonga Media.
Welcome back to Graham Esonga Media YouTube channel. My name is Beth Ochingwa, and since I'm not Graham, I'll give Graham the chance to introduce himself.
Right, as you've heard it from Madam Flamingo, this is the Graham Esonga Media. We are here to make sure that you are happy. Representative of Hall 6, Mr. Sospita Otieno Nyagwa. Karibu kiongozi. This is the Graham Esonga Media, and we have a pack of questions for you, hoping that you're going to answer.
The renovation is done, all those washrooms, so that at least we can reduce congestion in our seats, so that we can also increase the chances, we can reduce the chances of us risking our health. The second thing is that they should maintenance of rooms. That's when you report to school, you should not be the one for a bed, a mattress, and all those. You should just find everything is in place and everything is set. So I'll ensure and work closely with the maintenance office so that at least everything is set in place before the reporting date. Then the issue of Wi-Fi, comrades must enjoy so that at least you can attend our classes on our beds or our places of convenience. Those are just but a few. Going to work on more as I'll deliver to comrades.
Okay, you are a leader, and leadership grows. Maybe what are your future plans and aspirations as a leader?
Okay, thank you very much for asking me such a question again. Okay, I'm aspiring to be the next, that's 2027,
yes.
The next general election after the 2022 general election, to be the member of parliament Rongo constituency.
Wow.
Migori County.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So Migori County Rongo constituency should wait you for 2027. Vibaya sana. Okay, thank you Mr. Kiongozi for having your time to speak to the Graham Esonga Media, and we wish you all the best in your future endeavors as a leader. See you next time in greater positions.
Well, my plans, I have to ensure that I do two things, and one of the things is ensuring that we increase bursary allocation, because being a first year, I understand the pain of not having school fees, especially when education is concerned, because it's a time that I also suffered. I also struggled a lot to ensure that I complete the school fees in JKUSA, so that I ensure that I do that examination. And then secondly, I want to ensure that we do what we call the nurturing talents and abilities, because in JKUSA I've realized that we have so many students who are talented in various ways. We have to see a way that we can ensure that we nurture these talents so that we can turn them to monetary value, so that they can support the students, and so that they can ensure that these students, they also grow up in their own ways economically. So those are some of the things I want to do, and when it comes to satellite campuses, we want to bring them together and fight for the interests of the satellite campuses. In the Congress, we will always fight for the interests of the students, especially when it comes to when leaders in main campus and in the executive are doing things that are not in contemporaneous, that are not in tandem and congruent with the ideologies of the students here in main campus. We shall stand and oppose them and ensure that they deliver what the students want. Yeah, so that is essentially important.
Thank you sana Mr. Kiongozi. Maybe the last word, just in 10 seconds or so. What are your future aspirations as we know leadership grows?
Yeah, well, my future aspirations first is to ensure that I deliver on what I promised the students here in JKUSA, and most particularly the current students who always believed in me and ensured that I get this position. Those delegates, I have to ensure that I deliver on what I promised. Now going forward, the reason as to why I'm a law student and the reason as to why I'm doing law is because I want to see to it that I nurture my political aspirations. And going forward, I want to use this.
So how do you feel?
I feel a mix of emotions because I'm really happy, but there's a lot of expectation put upon me and expectations to deliver to the comrades as they should expect of me. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling. A bit anxious, but very happy.
So, comrades have various expectations. So, in your manifesto, what are you going to implement first? Because comrade want many things, so they want you to accomplish many things. So, what are you going to give the foresight?
My docket deals mainly with welfare, the bursary, and security. So, with regard to welfare, I'd really like to begin having aid for the young mothers who are also students in this institution. They're really overlooked, and a lot of them don't know where to turn to for help, and we need to bring them together and build that sense of community that will aid them in moving on, because parenting and studying at the same time is not very easy, and you need support, and we want to be there to provide the support for them. Secondly will be the provision of the bursary. We aim to do it in a free and fair manner, and yes, there's that. Thirdly, there's the security sensitization that I pray will go off without a hitch. And we also want to look into satellite campuses having a bit of independence and having their plight heard, which has not been the case previously, and we hope to aid them and remedy that situation.
Ticket, because we've seen many aspirants who vie for school leadership and further on go and aspire for dockets like the MCA position of parliament, as you've seen others. So when you finish your term as the vice chair, so do you have plans of serving Kenya, because this leadership position can go ahead further? So what are your plans?
I'm currently a student of law at the School of Law in Karen. So as we know, our course is quite long. So by the time I finish school, I think I want to join public service in a judicial capacity, or maybe even venture into politics. But all I know is I do want to serve the Kenyan people in any capacity.
That's nice. So your last take, or what's your final word? What can you say, tell comrades, because they are expectant that you will deliver many things? So what can you tell them as a party show?
Have faith in your current executive, and we will deliver. Yes,
So you'll deliver.
we will deliver.
So after the serve back to you and we come back to the comrades, then we wait.
The day our leaders are being inaugurated.
Yes.
They are going to take their offices officially.
Yes.
And
So maybe Mr. Asila, if I interrupt you kidogo. Yeah, you say that this is the D-Day for the inauguration. What are your expectations from the elected leaders?
my expectations from the elected leaders is that they deliver what they promised comrades to do. They deliver according to their manifestos. Yeah.
We've heard your name has a D, so you are a great person. Maybe it's an impression that in future you are going to be a great person, since you are in the political field and politics grow. What are your future aspirations?
My future aspirations as a great person in JKUSA,
Yes.
I want to say that in future, if I'll still be viable to vie for an election, when that time comes, I will decide where I will.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wasilwa. We see you next on in the coming years as a great person.
And for sure, I'll make sure that either a majority of the percentage of my manifesto is fulfilled through the help of the various leaders, that is the executives, the Congress in general, so that we may be able to promote the well-being of the comrades. As you've seen in the morning, we were talking about some issues to do with how we're going to help the comrades in order to there's these needy people, so we want to ensure that the well-being of everyone, when you want to stay around school or even in school, wanna get satisfied. Like, usiende home juu ya some small issues, we can solve it as your fellow your leaders that you choose.
What are your future aspirations? As we know, politics grow. Maybe after school, you're vying as an MCA and MP or a governor. What are your future aspirations?
Okay, personally, my future aspirations, first, I take banking and finance, so I'd like to be the Minister of Finance. and ensure that corruption is. Wapi Benja? Bado ni nitaisha.
Hawezi kugawa mlango.
Benja kwa
Politics grow, and as per now, you're the whole two representative. Maybe in future you'll have a plan to become an MCA, rather senator, or even a governor. What are your future aspirations?
So I normally believe we live for today, and when that time comes, I will know what to go for. So currently I am the Hall 2 governor. When next year comes, I will know what to go for. And God willing, you see, we will have the plans in our minds, but it is God who establishes everything. So currently I don't know what I want, but I just know I'll be a great person one day, one time.
Congratulations so much, Madam Flamingo, and we wish you all the best in your future endeavors as the Hall 2 governor. This is the Graham Esonga Media, and we are here to make you happy. She did it well in the introduction. She'll do it well also in the conclusion.
So if you're new here, subscribe, click that subscription button, share this video, msichana vibrant asambaye, comment hapo chini, let us hear your views, and don't forget it is Graham Esonga Media all the time.
Thank you so much.